Cool, we should be running. Should being, there we go. Okay. So, I'm Seb. That's Hannah.
Hello.
I'm not sure if they'll be able to hear you if you're that quiet.
Hello.
But yeah, so last time we found out that actually the first episode was longer than we thought.
It's a really long first part of the first episode, though.
Yeah, it was. It was kind of misleading in terms of how long it was.
Because then the second part of the first episode was like 2 minutes long.
Yeah, it was much more snappy.
Yeah.
But we got. I mean, if we look at it, it's like what, 3 missions for the next one, then like another three,
and then a three.
three. Yeah. So the first one was. I mean, I guess the first one had the prologue,
as
well as having 4
actual
missions. So, but I guess it had to do the setup for us.
We had to be introduced to everybody.
Yeah.
Including our lovely, beautiful mother there.
Our beautiful mother, the actually beautiful Emily, the kind of attractive but horribly scarred Elizabeth, Sir Holm,
the French dude, Peru.
Peru. And then there was also Napoleon, George Washington. Manuel Godoy has been mentioned but wasn't actually around.
I've not heard his sweet Portuguese accent.
We had Johann Vollen, and then we had Lord Mortimer turning up in our bedroom with his servants in the creepiest way possible at the end. So, by the way, now we've got to have a conversation with him in the next part, which is, where is my mother? Oh,
Mummy.
There we go.
How many times must I tell you? You must never put your life on the line for me.
Mother has always had a fascination for Lord Mortimer, but has never wanted to tell me why.
We are doing our utmost to find your mother as quickly as possible. Without your mother, hundreds of men of the cloth would have gone to the guillotine.
All I can tell you is I'm looking for my sister.
Do you believe your mother capable of torturing a child?
An agreement for cannons. Lord Mortimer assured me that you are to take over the project on behalf of your mother.
Johann Christoph von Wollner, Minister of Religious Affairs, and Jacques Peru, French Revolutionary Tribunal Judge. You will find that Lord Mortimer is not what one would call conventional, Monsieur de Richet.
I do apologize for being late. I was obliged to clear up some urgent business.
Oh, a book to read. Do we really want to do the encyclopedia that we've...
Yeah, let's do the encyclopedia, because we unlocked everything, and then we've got that next one as well.
What's the next one? It needs 5 sheets. Thoughts on Men and Society by Mortimer.
Yeah. Fascinating, all-encompassing reflection that demonstrates the deep understanding of man.
What other things have we got?
I'd like to read that. That sounds kind of interesting.
Oh, sure.
We've got Thoughts on Art.
By him again.
I mean, I've recently had a lot of those kind of thoughts. I can't really say much more, but
is your thoughts a collection of handwritten notes in which you deliver thoughts on art and your role in society?
I mean, there are a lot of post-it notes involved, so maybe.
That's the postmodern version.
Yeah. The Art of Knowing People and Their Physiognomy. Again, yes, I can get behind that. The Sorrows of Young Werther.
By Johann Wolfgang von
Goethe.
A surprising epistolary novel ending with the suicide of its... Spoiler alert! The suicide of its hero.
Spoiler alert for a book written how many hundreds of years ago?
Alert. That was written only last year, according to...
Either way, in the game, but not for us. But we'll read it.
What is the...
We get
150 academics and scholars contributed to the production of this first synthesis of human knowledge.
Yeah.
It's the first encyclopedia.
Within reason, I suppose. But yeah,
manuscripts took 1 more.
Oh, we can read 2 books. I think we need to read
the novel that... Yeah.
Apparently we've got a lot of time to do some reading.
Apparently we can read with 2 different eyes.
At the same time as the part that you...
How do you turn the page?
How do you...
With...
You just kind of...
Seb is currently flipping pancakes.
Yeah, essentially.
At last we meet, Monsieur de Richet. Do you mind if I call you Louis?
Please do.
Thank you. I wish to apologize wholeheartedly, Louis. I made you cross the seas, and I wasn't even here to welcome you. When I asked you to join us here, it was, of course, in the hope that you would help us find your mother. However, there may be some new developments, but I don't know if they are linked to your mother. We have found Elizabeth Adams' body in her room. I'm afraid she was brutally murdered, stabbed several times.
Who could have done it?
That is precisely what I would like you to help us determine, Louis. Duchess Hillsborough informed us that she accompanied you at the beginning of the evening. You apparently bumped into Miss Adams, who wanted to speak to you. We are told you turned her away, and she went away on her own.
That's correct.
Do you know what she wanted to see you about, by any chance?
She did seem confused.
She seemed upset about something. I thought she was under the influence of alcohol, but we didn't really speak.
Pity. The poor child was probably trying to find help.
Oh,
I thought it could wait until tomorrow.
Trip me, you freak.
Apparently not.
Well, she's dead now.
Louis,
Supposedly dead.
I shan't
We've not
hide the
seen a
fact
body.
that this tragedy puts me in a very delicate situation. I cannot risk upsetting the smooth operation of our next conference. But the case cannot remain unaddressed. I must reassure my guests, and justice will be done. And for that to happen, I must ask for your help.
Why is that?
So
You met Elizabeth.
It's all
We spoke
fine.
together, I believe. She trusted you. Listen, Louis. Find out who could have committed this murder. I refuse to believe that one of my guests is the murderer. I want to know who is responsible for this.
Summoned a demon.
And I trust
Came
you.
in, stabbed her.
You have my backing.
Left.
Yeah.
Must stop at
Napoleon
nothing.
Bonaparte,
Can I count on you?
Of course.
demonologist.
How would you like me to proceed?
No, she...
Maybe you
Oh,
could
shit, I
start
thought
by
you
going
said
to
he
the
No,
scene of the
we
crime.
saw her bedroom, didn't we?
Elizabeth
Yeah, it was
was
insane.
attacked.
Yeah.
It was
So-
very occulty. Are there any suspects?
Do you have any suspects in mind, my lord?
I spent most of the night talking with Sir Gregory and His Eminence Piaggi, so I think you can remove them from the list of suspects. Monsieur Bonaparte and President Washington left the party after midnight, I believe. They were tired and went up to bed.
Can you tell me anything else about what happened?
Now, Louis, I wouldn't want to influence you. Get over there and form your own opinion.
Okay, then.
Right. I'll get over there immediately.
Thank you, Louis. Now, once you've finished, come back and let me know your findings. I'll be waiting. And Louis, you've got permission to search through the guests' rooms. They've all been notified and they agree.
Ooh, we get to do some snooping.
I mean, we technically did a bit of that before, but we now have retroactive.
Well, no, now it just means we actually get to do some,
won't get told if
some
we get
thorough,
caught.
yeah,
Yeah.
thorough
Your
snooping.
Eminence, I imagine that you've heard the news about Miss Adams.
What a tragedy, my son. How could such a thing have happened?
That's exactly what I'm trying to find out.
His coat looks
Did you
kind of
notice
wet.
anything out of the ordinary last night?
I
think
saw
that's
the
just
young French
the-
soldier, Bonaparte, I
reflection.
believe,
Yeah.
hanging
Probably.
around near Miss Adams' room. But I would not want to get an innocent man into trouble, Louis. It's probably nothing.
Not to worry, Your Eminence. If he is innocent, then he has nothing to fear. Do you know why Monsieur Bonaparte was hanging around her room like that?
Well, I wouldn't be surprised to learn that the dashing young soldier had become infatuated with a fragile young woman who looked a bit lost. But I don't think he got a very warm welcome.
Bonaparte and Adams? But they didn't even know each other, did they?
I couldn't say, Louis. But if I were you, my son, I would talk to Monsieur Peru.
So
you remember how violently he set upon Miss Adams.
Oh, don't worry. He's on the list of suspects.
I mean, Piaggi's just mentioned both of them to us because, I mean, why wouldn't he throw a couple of French people under the bus? Apparently we are the most hated people. Although, again, we've got an American accent, so we've kind of been let off the hook. In fact, I want to inspect this guy's office a bit more, see if there's anything we can... I'm not going to say steal, but I mean steal. I can't remember the name of that painting, but I've seen
Which one?
That one.
That butt.
Well, I don't think that's the name of the painting, but
that's
sure.
That's the name of the painting.
Okay, so we found some caramelite water. We need more honey because someone decided to use it all. Cool, so we've got one. Spill your secrets, birdie. What's this? Oh, Leviathan. Nice. Oh, and a coin. Okay, well, we've, why would you need a bottomless pit in your office? Everything about this guy speaks...
Is it a bottomless pit?
I mean...
Oh my god, it has not...
No, I think
it
there is...
reminds me of the moon door.
Yeah, I think there is a bottom down there. I can see an edge.
I mean, yeah, but you go splat once you hit the bottom of it.
It's like, well... Everything about this Lord Mortimer guy just cries out supervillain, doesn't it?
It does.
Okay, so what's this?
Which four-letter word could open this chest?
Four-letter word?
Arsenic.
I mean, it's a four-letter word, so...
Oh. No. We'll come back to that later. Was it box?
Was it box? Yeah. Can I just describe the item and have it tell me its secrets?
Dante's Purgatory. Why does your mind presume to
we know
flight
what that is.
When you're still like the...
Well, at least we came across it last time.
The worm before it's attained its final form.
Okay. I remember us coming across one with an elemental symbol.
No, it was Earth.
Any more stuff? Oh, yes. But you're...
A devil's thorn.
To
uncover the best disguised
even though we've not really had any need to use that just yet.
What was the devil's thorn? Which one's that?
That is the... Where is it? That one?
Reveals the immunities of... Okay.
Yeah, we've not had cause to use it just yet.
Would be good if we had no idea who the person was, right?
Yeah. Like, I'm thinking that that's probably going to be good to use in a little bit when we're actually questioning Peru and Bonaparte. Especially Bonaparte.
Because he doesn't like us.
Well, also because we've...
we did not prove ourselves to him.
Well, I don't give two shits about that, but what I do care about is the fact that we already... I'm pretty sure we found out some stuff about Peru, didn't we? Already? Yeah, we already have his vulnerability and his psychology, and we're good at psychology, but Bonaparte, conviction immunity? Like, we don't know anything else about him. So, because we didn't get to search his room before moving on. No, there was nothing to say that we could. So.
You didn't even want me to go into Elizabeth's room.
Well, that's because I actually confused Emily and Elizabeth, and I thought.
What, for a moment?
Yeah, until we actually got inside, and I was like, oh, it's the Satanist.
A half circle shaped key. We haven't found a half circle, I don't think.
We might have done. We've come across so many little chests.
We've just got to keep collecting keys and then trying all the chests, right?
Yeah. Like, we'll eventually unlock all of them. And who's this? Jacques Perroux. Let's go and take a look in his room. Is he here?
Yes.
Damn it.
What do you want from me, de Richet?
Greetings. It's fallen to me
Cut the crap! Get to the point. We both know why you're here.
And have you got anything to tell
yours
me?
was the first door along the corridor.
Matter? It's too late anyway.
No other reason.
Do what you have to do and get out.
It's never too late, sir. If you have something to say, now is the time.
You don't understand. Everything's already written. It's over.
Why is he behaving like the perfect culprit? What is it that's already written? I'm not sure I follow you.
No, you don't.
Because you're a fake Frenchman with
My
an
life
American
sucks.
accent. That's a fun picture.
People can't remember each other.
What's this? Oh, well, we don't have enough subterfuges yet.
Is it chopped in there?
Don't know. It won't let me take a look at it just yet, so we'll...
Suspicious.
A pattern with 4 circles.
Do we have a key with 4 circles? No. Okay.
Not yet.
We'll find it. I mean, we've got a
Byzant
coin.
from the Byzantine Empire.
Byzantine coin.
A coin often used during the St. Louis era.
What else? I don't know if we shall meet again at this point in time. I am a prisoner, snared by my own decisions. You must be protected. My future is lost without you. You can still be saved. No matter how much bitterness you hold against me, you must know that I made a pact with the devil who I thought I could master. I thought I knew the monsters, but what I did for France is nothing compared to what they are capable of doing. Now I can't see any way out. The jaws are closing upon me. I love you now and forever. Didn't really say if that was him writing to someone else or not, but I imagine that because he, Perrou's a revolutionary, isn't he? Yeah, one of the fathers of the Revolutionary Tribunal of Paris. So he's probably
the revolution.
Yeah, but he started the revolution or he, to one degree or another, started the revolution for the people. But now Napoleon is one of the people in charge, as it were. And we already said, oh, we'll leave it to the people. And he went, no, the people are stupid. Leave it to me. So he's probably regretting his decisions. Which, you can understand. Alright, let's see. Anything else for me to have a look at? What's this book?
Records of the police. Notes intended for the police lieutenant of Paris. It's a list of people under surveillance in Paris. And there's some well-known names on it. This is valuable information. This shouldn't be lying around.
This shouldn't be lying
around. As he just
put it in my pocket.
Tucks it in his... Yeah.
Now a bookworm.
Oh, we found the 4-circle thingy key.
It's downstairs somewhere, I think.
No, I think that was the one that's in the other room.
Please come and join us. We must meet about the ongoing operations in Paris. A boat will be waiting for you in Calais and will take you to Dover in England. From there, a carriage will take you to the port of Tintagel, where a frigate will be waiting for you and other guests, so you can meet up with me on my island.
Okay, so that's his invitation from Lord Mortimer. Like, everyone else here seems to be at least somewhat refined. I get that Perroux here is influential, but he seems a little out of sort. Oh, there's an amber chunk up there. Can I reach?
Amber crystal.
Hey, we had enough agility to get it. See, I think taking detective, not just suiting our purposes well, but I think having the little bit of agility was worthwhile.
Yeah. We've only used it that one time.
No, but we could have also taken a swing
4
at
circles.
Peru here earlier. Yeah, there we go. We've got the key now.
He's like, what are you doing opening stuff in my room?
Fuck you. I was told I was allowed to search, and so I'm searching. Just because I am also picking up and then walking away is a different matter.
I'm writing to thank you for the funds you sent. These funds will be crucial for the renovation of the western wing of the orphanage. The children you sent are doing marvelously well.
Long live the Republic. Long live France.
Will soon be walking. Some of them still sometimes suffer nightmares about their parents.
Okay, so he's been sending money to
But I expect they will cease in due course.
Or at the very least.
Should you decide to send us more, please note that another 20 beds will soon be ready.
I have no space left. I'll retrieve it later.
Huh? Oh, Devil's Thorn. Oh, and here's the caramelite water that we didn't pick up, right? Yeah. Okay. Well, alright.
Time to start the questioning.
I mean, we already did a bit of questioning.
Have you finished?
Not quite. I'd like you to answer a few questions.
Just be out and out with it. No, be
Let's get right to it. Are you Elizabeth Adams' murderer?
That is for you to prove.
Okay, so he's immune to questioning because he's a crook. I mean,
you weren't expecting me to do all the legwork for you, were you?
But he's
lazy man.
That's fine.
Ask him if he likes hitting women.
2 days ago,
manipulation is pretty
I surprised you having a go at Miss Adams.
What happened? Did you want to give her another beating? She wouldn't let you push her around again, huh?
Shut up, you little shit! You have no idea what happened, and here you are, carping away. You think you're investigator of the year. Have you taken a look at yourself,
no, I think I'm an investigator
Didn't you
who
get
happens
enough
to be the
beating
player
or black and
character.
blue the last time?
I did not!
Ooh, what was the one that lets us use it for free? It was the Carolite water, right?
Yeah.
Oh, that was the wrong button, but yeah, that is the right thing.
Why?
Nothing. Get away from me.
Just as soon as you stop treating me like I'm an idiot. If you wanted people to think you were guilty, you couldn't have done any better. So cut the bullshit and come clean now.
I can't! He'll come for revenge.
Who?
No one! Just shut your trap, goddammit! Yes, I was there. Yes, I walked in her blood. You've got all you need to wrap it up. Now scram!
We're drunk now.
Huh?
Are we drunk now?
Drunk? No.
Look, corner.
No, that's us being tired. But now we're not tired.
Can we get back in his room and pick up those things that we couldn't now pick up?
Yeah, it's not a bad idea, but I don't know. There's bound to be more kicking around, and the only thing we're missing, really, is royal jelly. Thanks to, you know, someone.
Hey, it was really funny.
Do you know what? I'm not going to do Napoleon next.
Need some time away from the French.
I mean, it's hard to do that when I'm by myself. Happen to be French as well.
Yeah,
regardless of the accent. Right, what have we got? Who's here? Emily. Let's go and have a chat with Emily and poke around her room, because that's exactly what we want to do, right?
Yeah.
Oh, that's a swanky
King
painting.
George III in coronation robes. Nice touch for the room of an English duchess.
Okay, I now realise how the contrast between Emily's room and Elizabeth's room.
Emily's is lovely.
Yeah, pretty much. Ooh, what's this?
Dear E, I received your last letter. Unfortunately, the Crown informed the Golden Order that our mission should under no circumstances hamper Sir Gregory's plans. Decidedly, they have support from the highest level in Buckingham Palace. So here we both are, hands and feet tied, and little room to maneuver.
Emma, her sister.
Keep me abreast of
Well,
events.
it's
our mission is
her and her
becoming more
sister
complicated.
communicating, because they basically erased
Yeah.
the identity of her sister.
The French chapter
but also
of the
the
Order
interesting
doesn't
thing
appear
is the
to know
PS.
anything about the arrival of our
The
friend
French
Sarah.
chapter of the Order doesn't appear to
I
know
therefore
anything
cannot
about the
comment
arrival
on
of
it.
our friend Sarah,
However,
our
my
mother.
guess is
They
that she
therefore
has
cannot
come
comment
here
on
for
it. However, my
personal
guess is
reasons.
that she has come here for personal reasons.
Her and Lord Mortimer.
I mean, possibly, but then why would she shoot Emily's sister? You know? There's something a little out of sorts with what's going on. Because all of these rooms have a balcony and whatnot.
Golden elixir.
Oh, there we go.
Consumed without
golden elixir. What have we got here?
A letter from William Pitt the Younger, addressed to Emily. He's the present Prime Minister of the United Kingdom. Emily has indeed some powerful backers.
Okay,
Matt, thank you for consoling the Queen.
Well, so did
the
Peru.
King's situation is worsening.
Yeah.
I wager he'll recover from this present fit. Next time you speak with Her Majesty the Queen, would you please be so kind as to ask her to look into my petition to raise taxes with the King? I
Okay,
will
so
personally see to
Emily
it
is working
that our
very
nation
closely
will
with
recover.
the Queen, and
Someone on the floor. Turn around.
A Bazant.
cool. What we got? What's this? Duchess, you can inform King George of the Holy Father's backing. Oh, from Piaggi. Alright. That's cool. Do we have a key for this?
2 coils circle the lock.
We don't have a 2-coil key.
No, not yet, anyway.
A letter from William Pitt the Elder, addressed to Emily. He was the English Prime Minister. This letter dates from 15 years ago now. Madam, I shall never thank you enough for all your care and attention. I shall be indebted to you until my last
if she's,
breath.
say,
If you have
30,
any request
15
of
years
me,
ago, would
you only
like she
need
would
ask.
potentially still have
With
been
regards to my son William, I shall
operating.
never thank you enough for looking after him.
Yes.
You know the
I mean, it's the
latter's
1700s.
preferences, and
Yeah.
you will understand he needs you desperately.
And she seems to have been a spy of one sort or another with her sister for the longest of times.
A devil's
Such.
thorn, to be used to uncover the best disguised
Well, we don't
traits.
need that, but... I'm fairly certain we can kind of trust Emily to one degree or another. A little origami bird. Or is it a bird? A little origami thing on the side of her chest there. How delightful. Emily, let's have a chat,
What can
shall
I
we?
do for you, Louis?
I've come to see you about last night's tragedy. Did you hear anything about what happened to Elizabeth?
Yes, we all did. Rumors spread quickly, you know. How awful. I didn't know her well, but I hope at least the poor thing didn't suffer too much.
She was vulnerable to psychology, wasn't she?
I mean, you could just be like, yeah, she was stabbed 9 times.
Death came quickly. You can be assured of that.
If such a senseless
Yeah,
act can
she was
happen
vulnerable
here,
to it, so
then
we
none
got
of
a
us
point
is
back.
truly safe anywhere. Lord Mortimer must be mortified that one of his guests could have committed such an act, don't you think?
He is indeed very upset about it. It's only natural after such a violent murder.
Violent? What do you mean?
You mean apart from the
Elizabeth
fact
was
that Lord
stabbed
Mortimer
9
probably
times.
killed
Oh
her
my
himself?
God, Louis. How awful. The murderer must have had a serious grudge against her to set upon her like that. It must have been a crime of passion. Do you know what happened exactly?
In fact, Lord Mortimer has asked me to look into this case, Emily.
Really? Are you Lord Mortimer's snoop now?
I'm doing it for Elizabeth, not to please Mortimer.
Good for you. Quite right, too. Have you found out anything?
I don't know how this is going to go, so I'm going to use a thing again.
Since your arrival, did you notice anything strange about Elizabeth?
Everything that happened around that poor child was strange. You saw that for yourself.
I know. You're right. I'm looking for leads to try to reduce the number of suspects.
Well, I would say that in addition to ourselves, you could also cross off President Washington. I went to see him during the night. I had some business with him, and I can confirm that he didn't leave his room all night.
That gives Washington an alibi.
Sure, but I still want to have a... chat with him.
Did you and Elizabeth get to know each other?
I must
Washington.
admit, Louis,
Oh, yeah.
Even if I'm
I
not
didn't
suspecting
take much
him, I still
interest
want to
in
have
I
her.
don't suspect
I
him.
feel a
Good
bit
old
guilty
chap.
about it, but
No,
I
no,
never
no, they
actually
seem far
spoke to
too-
her. She seemed burdened by her problems, and as she wasn't invited to the conference, I didn't really seek her out.
Napoleon and Peru, let's put it that way.
Yeah, I mean, Peru's an arse.
Yes, you are correct.
I hear you were in discussions with the Holy See.
Oh, either His Eminence can't keep his tongue from wagging, or you've been poking your nose where you shouldn't, sir.
Even so, Emily, you're raising a royalist army. That's no small matter.
And you are straying from the subject. Is there anything else you wanted to ask me?
No, not really. I just wanted to ask the question.
Thank you for answering my questions.
She was like, oh, yeah, you shouldn't be asking me about this. Piss off. Which, you know, completely legitimate response, because it had nothing to do with Emily. Not Emily, Elizabeth. Didn't really have much to do with Emily either, to be fair. But, ooh, another book for me to steal.
Grammar of Port-Royal. Ah, the artistry of the French language in all its splendor. Whoever masters French commands the world. At least, une partie of it.
Sure. Not entirely sure I agree with that sentiment. Historically or otherwise, but hey-ho.
It is the artistry of the French language.
Mm-hmm. Right, well that's sorted. Manuel Godoy isn't here yet. Okay. We don't need to search our own room, I don't think.
You sure? It might be us.
No, I mean we can't anyway, apparently. I mean, we've been having nosebleeds and weird visions. I wouldn't put it past me to be the one that... oh no, oh, apparently we can't search Piaggi's room either.
Because him and whoever else he was with were exonerated by him.
Well, yeah, Lord Mortimer said that he was chatting with Piaggi for a lot, so I'd still want to poke around his room. I need to make a thorough investigation and steal as much stuff as possible. I mean, eliminate people on grounds of evidence.
Don't steal anything.
Let's have a chat with George. Have a poke around his room as well.
If it wasn't tied down, then it's... Right,
yeah, if it wasn't nailed down, then, you know, it's all fair game, right? Very brightly lit room. Oh, just picked up an inspector's journal.
Devil's Thorn. I'll keep it.
John, I should be checking up high on these bookcases. Golden Elixir, we've got a load of Golden Elixir. What was that?
Alexa's alive.
Why?
I don't know.
Hit it with a hammer until it stops. What else we got? I'll leave those letters for a moment. What have we got in here?
The robots are taking over.
Not quite.
I don't know why she did that.
Okay, what have we got here? Can we... Okay, we can't unlock that.
I'll get the Oreos.
You and your snacks. There you go. Right, what...
Play video games, go eat snacks.
Ooh, is that honey? Honey! I really wish you hadn't used all of the honey yesterday for the sake of it. No, I do. Because now we actually need it. There we go. Got a bit more to use. Right. So let's have a look at these letters.
My dear George, I'd like to invite you to join me as planned at my place. I have a project to show you. It is time that the United States played a more important role on the world stage. I understand your reluctance of playing with fire. I know.
Okay, so that was his invitation here. What about this other letter?
Looks like a note between Emily and Washington about trade deals.
Oh, we don't have enough politics to work out what it means. Is there anything on this bookshelf we can take? No. Alright. Washington, old buddy or pal.
Greetings, Louis.
Mr. President.
We stood very
You can
close.
guess why I'm here.
Of course.
It's a romance, didn't
Lord
you
Mortimer
know?
has sent me to ask you a few questions about last night.
It's...
Louis de Richet ex George Washington.
How am I going to tell Elizabeth's father that she's dead?
John,
I
you
know,
can write
Mr.
that
President.
fan fiction.
I shall endeavor to find out the truth
distribute it
about
by
this
yourself.
tragedy.
I want no
I
part
must
in it.
ask you to help me,
About noses.
please.
Find the
Isn't that
degenerate
just everything
pig
in
who
this
did
game,
this,
though?
Louis.
They're all massive.
Are you all right, Mr. President? Are you feeling all right?
Oh, don't
We
worry.
don't actually know what
it's
his weaknesses and things are, I
rotten
don't think.
toothache.
No, we might find out.
What do you expect? I'm no spring chicken now.
Okay.
I'm talking to all the guests to find out who has an alibi and, well, who doesn't, Mr. President. Can you tell me what you were doing last night so that I can strike your name off the list?
I spent the night right here, reading.
All night?
Exactly. Emily stopped by in the middle of the night. You can ask her. She wanted to talk about some business we have in common.
Anything whatsoever to do with Elizabeth?
Cool.
Not at all, Louis. A business matter.
I believe him because, firstly, he's
The
kind of-
President of the United States.
No. Have you seen the current president of the United
He's the first
States?
president. It's
Yeah, I don't-
fine.
that-
Not the 40.
I don't give two
Seconds?
shits about that. No, it's the fact that if for a moment I didn't think he was going to mention Emily dropping by in the night, and it would have been, aha, why did she mention it but you haven't? Why is she
But they
covering
both-
for you? But then he did, so okay.
Tell me, Mr. President, had you spoken to Elizabeth since your arrival? You know her father. You thought she was dead.
No, I didn't. And I believe I'll be taking my remorse with me to my grave. I wanted to, but I didn't know where to begin.
You can't blame.
Anything else?
Do you know if she had
enemies.
any enemies, Mr. President?
Not that I know of. I heard about her altercation with Mr. Perry, but that case was closed, if I'm not mistaken. But if in doubt, I wouldn't leave any door unopened. And I'd go and question your fellow countrymen.
Don't worry, countryman or not, I'm not letting anybody slip through the cracks.
I mean,
Do you know why
sure,
she came to the
countryman or
island?
not.
To
There's
get
not really
help,
much
if I'm
evidence
not
other than
mistaken.
people just calling
Isn't
me
that
French
Indeed.
to suggest
Sir
that
Gregory
we're
suggested
in
to her
any
father
way
that he
from the
introduce her to
same
Lord Mortimer
place.
to see if he could help her.
And your surname is de Richet.
It would appear that she wasn't invited to the conference.
That doesn't surprise me.
Talent unlocked.
The poor
out of
girl was
breath.
in no
Because
way
we've-
concerned by our business.
Yeah, well,
and she
as a
had no
result of
political
talking,
clout.
I imagine.
Yeah.
So, I don't understand why Sir Gregory invited her during the conference of his good friend Lord Mortimer. He must have realized that he wouldn't have much time to grant her. Preparing a conference does not seem an easy task. On the evening of our arrival, Lord Mortimer didn't even welcome us, what with his being so busy and all.
Yes, you're right, Louis. I didn't think of that. It is indeed rather surprising. The easiest thing to do is simply ask him, you know.
Of course.
Yeah, apart from the fact that the guy could really easily lie.
I shan't keep you any longer, Mr. President.
Feel free, Louis. If there's anything I can do, just ask.
Thank you, Mr. President.
Cool. Okay, well that's him dealt with for the time being. Who else have we got? We got Volner. But he only kind of... well, here he is. But he turned up kind of late anyway, so I don't think he's got much to contribute. Oh, let's have a chat, shall we?
Good day, Monsieur de Richet.
Mr. Volner, are you looking for anything in particular? Next to Elizabeth's room?
No, nothing special.
Insinuate that he looks dodgy.
I'd have thought
it's the eyebrows.
this is not really the shortest way to get to your suite.
Yes, I wasn't really looking where I was going. I shall leave you now, sir. I will return to my room.
Isn't that what we found out last night? Well, not last night, night before last. Either way, I was only able to say one thing to him, so he's gone now, and I think this is her room? Yeah.
There's a pentagram on the floor.
I mean, there was a pentagram on the floor before. It's a shame we don't have more honey to, you know, make use of our skills.
You know what? If you keep saying that, I'm just ending it. I'm just leaving. I'm out.
What's this?
Clock?
No.
It goes tick tock, tick tock.
It's a clue.
Clock stopped at 3:54.
No, clock is spelled
If it was smashed during the murder, then
C-L-O-C-K.
I've just established the time of the crime.
3:54 in the morning.
That would clear
What's the
Emily
time,
de
Mr.
facto
Wolf?
because she was still with me at the time.
Okay, so we've got
What time did Emily leave our room?
you.
Has finished with this room?
No,
I was hoping
I haven't
could
gone
steal
over
some
everything
stuff
yet.
off you like
Sir
I
may
did the other
take
day.
his time. When Sir would like to leave, Sir has only to tell me.
You can ask him who did this to the room, though.
My dear Elizabeth.
Okay, so that's the letter that was here before.
Oh, she's definitely dead on the floor.
Oh, you don't say. But again, those look like pretty long, like, stab wounds.
I don't know if that's
Like-
she was stabbed and they've just dribbled and then she's fallen dead.
Did we have the key for this now?
A chest with a half circle pattern.
Half crescent. We picked up a half
Yes,
crescent.
we
key.
did. Is it a box of
Honey. Oh, amber.
amber?
An untutored hand
I mean,
copied
that's
these
given us
notes.
another point. Unfortunately,
Looks like
it's still
a
empty.
healing method. Well, that's a pity. The writing is barely legible.
Ooh.
Take them though. Oh, you can make it for free.
Yeah.
Feet and hands are bound. A piece of cloth in the mouth prevents the tongue from being sectioned. It looks like preparation for an exorcism. Is Elizabeth really possessed?
Okay, so she had an immunity to
Manipulation.
analyze the notes. We don't have enough science to do that, but we'll take them with us. So you're immune to manipulation.
Kick her a bit.
I mean,
see if she's alive.
I think, yes, being dead would make you immune to manipulation.
As it make you immune to everything.
Ooh. Haven't we seen this knife before? Or maybe...
Run out of Carmelite water.
The handprint on the handle
Well-
is really small. I can't imagine a man with a hand that size. It must be from a woman's hand.
Did
Oh,
she
no,
kill herself?
I know where we've seen this knife before. It was on the intro scene, wasn't it? Can I do anything else with it? So we've already...
The blade is short and thin. Well sharpened, apparently. It's covered in blood. Still fresh.
Was it our mother?
I don't know. Apparently I've got something wrong with me. What is this? Intoxicated.
You've taken too many things.
Well, I mean,
The
we
lower
had a whole
part
load
the
of golden
handle is
elixir, so that can
unsullied
go.
by blood. The murderer gripped the weapon so tight that there's no blood where he held it. The handprint indicates a small and slender hand.
A small and slender hand.
He said something a minute ago about it being the hand of a woman.
Yeah.
Knocked over bottle of wine.
I mean, we can't. I can give it a sniff.
It smells like a Chateau de Vignon.
What kind of plonk is that? Hey, it's a Bordeaux.
Why am...
Oh, we called it
That's a
shit
Chateau
wine.
de Brion. It's a great wine.
They called it Plock.
I don't know
Shit
what's
wine.
happened to this wine, but it's undrinkable.
Is he intoxicated because he took a swig?
No, he didn't take a swig. He took a sniff. I don't know why that came up again.
Poor girl bled to death.
What, with stab wounds like that? You sound surprised.
Whoever left that footprint has boats for feet. That's at least a size 15. Where's a size like that
Peru
here?
said he stepped in the blood.
Peru? Washington, maybe.
Okay. So Peru stepped in the blood. Washington also has big feet. But the person who held the knife was one of a more womanly, slender hand. The wine was crap.
It was plonk.
Yes, thank you for reciting his words, Hannah. Let's see. Well,
Look at
I mean,
her head. Her eyes are bright.
I mean, I think the upper body is possibly the most important.
Than 9 wounds on the thorax with a lot of blood. On first sight, I'd say that's what caused her death.
You'd say that was the cause of death, would you?
It looks as though the wounds were inflicted from a precise angle, as if the murderer was standing behind Elizabeth. Some of these tattoos are veritable works of... What's that? The skin between her breasts is different. Bloody hell! This tattoo was drawn on a page of leather and stitched onto her skin. Probably during childhood. If the scars are anything to go by. It's the same kind of tattoo as on the rest of her body.
That's somewhat unnerving. Head.
I see no sign of bruising on the skull. The only clue is a scar from a previous craniectomy. Poor Elizabeth, she must have been very young when she went through all that.
And your mum did it all.
That's torture.
Allegedly.
She also has old scars around the neck. Maybe mutilations.
Scars around her neck. Examine her nose.
She bled from the nose. There are signs of bleeding, but I don't see any traces of bruising.
I like the way that the vigilance stuff is giving us a... Oh, apparently because... Okay.
Because we've observed the bleed, we can now observe the nose? What?
No. So apparently making one choice told us... So we could make either a science thing or a vigilance thing, and it seemed to give us the same info.
What a strange smell.
I mean, that's the last Caramelite water, but I feel like we should use it.
Certain courtiers use it to get drunk. If taken in large quantities, it can provoke fits of madness.
Didn't people take laudanum to steady the nerves and stuff and calm themselves down?
Yeah. So there's a good chance that she's...
Overdose as well.
No, because she's taken a painkiller and a calming agent. There was a female hand holding the knife. They were done with exacting precision. He said something about the killer potentially standing behind her because of the exacting precision, but I don't quite get how that works when the wounds from a small knife seem to be mostly in her front. But,
we done the legs and the arms?
No, we haven't done legs, arms, or hands yet.
Okay.
So let's do hands first.
No wounds, but blood on the right hand. Nothing on the left except that tattooed symbol.
Let's take a look at
No
her.
marks or bruising around the wrists. It doesn't look like she was tied up or held by force.
So she wasn't like held in place or anything. What's the symbol?
Pinnacle's a trap. The wearers of the pinnacle thought that they were protected from evil by surrounding it inside the different circles of the pinnacle.
Okay. Interesting. Arms.
There are numerous marks on the body. She must have fought like a lion. It couldn't have happened without a lot of noise. There are also a number of old scars.
people who scar themselves in this way generally do so to relieve some kind of psychological suffering. By trying to master the pain, they establish their self-control.
But is that a minor blood sacrifice thing, or is this actually just self-harm?
Scarring isn't very regular, but they're mostly from old cuts.
A little bit of column B.
Oh, we'll have to see how much of... I mean, we've been having visions. So...
And profusely bleeding from the nose.
Yeah.
She had the Sigillum de Ameth tattooed on her. The symbol of the living God. Written in the language of angels, according to believers. It is rare for someone to know about symbols like this at her age. Unless her mother was a tutor.
Okay, so she's got, like, symbols that protect against evil tattooed across her body.
Blood, but no trace of blows on the legs.
Well, I can't analyze the blood streaks, seemingly.
Similar to those on the rest of her body.
Yeah, because we don't have any caramelite water.
That's not my fault.
No, but we also don't have any honey, and that is your fault.
No, but you used all the caramelite water.
Because I didn't have any honey. Either way, I've seen a couple of other things that we can have a quick look at, like this patch of blood on the wall that apparently is really difficult to get to.
The blood spatter indicates that the murderer must have held Elizabeth upright during the attack. Even if Elizabeth wasn't very big, I doubt she wouldn't have put up a struggle. It takes tremendous strength to overpower someone like that.
I mean, maybe we'll get to see something of a reenactment or something.
The label shows that this laudanum comes straight from America. I wonder if Washington's involved.
Okay, so that's two things that might point straight to Washington. But I don't think so somehow. Oh, because of course Devil's Thorn is a thing that we...
I get for loads of that, but not much of anything else.
Yeah.
What's the box?
The box is Devil's... Well, it's next to the box. It's Devil's Thorn.
Oh, right. Sorry, I thought it was the box.
No, so we've checked the clock for a time of death. This is another coin, I think.
The talisman that I gave back to Elizabeth.
the talisman that she...
I can't exactly say it brought her good luck.
Well.
Okay, so...
Time to stand in the middle of the circle.
Pentagram. What the hell's been going on here? Contrary to what most people believe, the pentagram's not there to conjure up, I don't know what evil or demonic creature. With the point toward the top, the pentagram is an ancient symbol of protection against evil.
Okay.
Vulnerable to conviction.
Yeah.
We're now empathetic, apparently.
Many esoteric rituals are based on this shape. Could Elizabeth have been sacrificed during an occult ritual?
I mean, yes, she could have been, but we can't establish the logical connection between the two because apparently we're tired.
A notebook written in Elizabeth's handwriting. It is written in a mix of several languages.
Oh, because of course it's... Of course
we don't understand that kind of stuff.
June 11th, 1791. My dear Elizabeth.
Oh, that's the message from her sister.
August 24th, 1792. Elizabeth, I am driven to despair and doubt there is any point in writing to you. I'm not even sure you'll receive my letters.
Okay, so our mother went to visit. Ooh, pistol.
A pistol? Fairly new, I'd say. And judging by the weight of it, fairly light. A tribute engraved on the
because there was a pistol missing down from the docks, wasn't it?
France.
And we saw our mother with the pistol in our vision.
The liberators of France. Check inside the barrel.
Traces of blood on the grip. Difficult to know for sure how they got there.
Dried blood on the grip, which is probably suggesting that this is the one that our mother was using because she had had her hand removed. So it's probably her own blood. Because the blood that's here with Elizabeth is still fresh.
That's, on her.
It's extremely well maintained. The barrel is perfectly clean. It isn't loaded, and there's no traces of gunshot residue. I'd conclude that it hasn't been used recently.
Hasn't been used recently? Right. Okay.
I shall have to find its owner. Piece of fabric. High quality at that. I'd say it's silk. Going by the texture and the gray hue, it must come from a dress, that kind that women of quality wear.
Okay, well I can't do anything with that. Maybe we should go off in search of... Thing is, I don't know if I leave the room, if I'll be able to come back.
Has finished with this room?
Who made such
Do
a
you
mess
know
of this
who
room?
could have made such a mess of this room?
Miss Adams, sir. We were given orders to leave the room as it was, so as not to rush her.
Did she have a fight with someone to get the room into this state?
Not that I know of, sir. Miss Adams would sometimes throw a tantrum, during which she would destroy anything that came to hand. Lord Mortimer told us not to enter the room.
Thanks for that information.
You are welcome, sir. Has finished with this room?
I know enough now. Thank you.
Very well, sir. Sir may return whenever need be. I shall guard the door.
Okay, so we can come back. Useful. Right, let's go and have a look in other people's rooms to see if we can find anything to steal / make use of. And if at some point we can head downstairs to see if we can unlock some of the chests and things, that'd be great. Another coin. Kind of want to know what the coins do, if anything, or if they are just collectibles. Who's this? Johann von Vollner's room. Please have some honey. Knowing our luck, he won't, but... What have we got? Oh, there's another coin.
Hey, a Russian ruble. I wonder what it'd be worth today.
Another book. Ah, honey. Yeah.
The Sorrows of
You
Young
shouldn't have done
Werther.
it, should you?
There's a handwritten text signed by von Werner on this first page. Dear Elizabeth, I know that this book is but a small token compared to the delightful moments you gave me, but I hope that this will nonetheless keep the memory alive. Your ever-obedient servant. So, Volner had a relationship with Elizabeth, but that's hardly surprising given his fondness for the occult.
Okay.
Golden elixir.
Hey, golden elixir. Nice. Useful. Not as useful as some of the stuff could be.
Chest locked with a 4-letter code. Surely a word
Four-letter
close to the
code
owner's
again.
heart.
Word close to the owner's heart. Use our knowledge. Maybe we'll have a chat with him first and then see what he's thinking. Right, what else have we got? Anything over there? No. Anything over here? Also no. Oops. Alright. Let's see what he's got to say for himself.
What can I do for you, de Richet?
Monsieur, Lord Mortimer has appointed me to investigate the tragedy that befell us last night.
Oh, yes. It's horrible. Yes. How can I help, monsieur?
Where were you last
Start
night?
off with an easy
In my
question.
room. I read a few ancient manuscripts before going to bed. But I didn't stay up long. I was tired.
Thank you kindly.
I know they had a relationship?
Excuse me for asking, but did you know Miss Adams?
Oh, she... not really, to tell the truth. No.
I found the Werther dedication, signed by your hand, monsieur. Would you like to change your version now?
Be careful, de Richet. Don't push your luck. My relationship with Miss Adams was pure, and has nothing to do with you. Well, continue playing the detective as you see fit. But if I find the bastard who did that to Elizabeth, I will...
Yes! I would have preferred a simple response, but I see I have my answer now. I get the impression that your romance was over. Am I right?
So? What does it matter to you? I would never have attacked her, if that's what you're insinuating.
Who put an end to the relationship? You or her?
It was her. It was her. But what does that matter? We both agreed.
Okay.
Exactly how long had you been seeing her?
I have no reason to answer you.
I see. Is that what you want me to tell Lord Mortimer when he asks what I found out?
It's only been a few weeks.
Please, tell me a little more about the nature of your relationship.
That is a personal matter, monsieur.
Yes, that is true. So, tell me.
All right. It was passion. That's why we couldn't stay together. It scared her.
Okay.
Did you see how many tattoos Miss Adams had on her?
Of course. Who wouldn't have noticed?
Oh, so he's
yes,
easily diverted.
but I'm sure
That's
that an
nice.
expert like yourself must have an opinion on the subject.
I do. She was seeking to imprison something inside her. Her own body had become a sort of prison.
She wanted to protect herself. Is that what you're saying?
Elizabeth was a flame. A candle in the night. And like all candles in the night, she was surrounded by darkness, by her demons. Call it what you will. One thing is for sure. She struggled against hell and high water not to let her flame go out.
All right.
We finished. I'll have a look around and then take my leave.
Do whatever you have to do.
Cool. Okay, that didn't really give me a lot to go on, but let's take a look at this
A
box.
chest locked with a 4-letter code. Surely a word close to the owner's heart.
Unfortunately, I can't use that.
Something close to him. Something about Elizabeth.
Oh no, nothing's really standing out to me straight off. Let's have a quick... Oh, no. Camera angles went wrong. No, I'm not sure. And I don't have enough resources to use my skills to find out when... Oh, or do I?
A table of alchemical symbols. Someone circled the zinc symbol.
Zinc, okay.
A chest locked with a 4-letter code. Surely a word close to the owner's heart.
Let's try that, shall we? Z I N no.
It might be the other one.
Oh look, it worked.
Oh. What did you get?
Mysterious notes. And a book.
Phosphate, it looked like.
No, it was a book.
What was it?
Yeah, we got. Where is it? It's got to be here somewhere. There you go.
That one, okay.
Theatrum Chemicum.
Writings on Renaissance alchemy.
Mm-hmm. And mysterious notes, wherever they are. Unless mysterious notes are also a book. I don't believe so. Oh. Notes by de Richet. Our mother's notes. Okay. Alright then.
Found 19 lost coins so far. Go us.
Mm-hmm. Okay, well I think that's just done here. We might go and take a look back in some of the rooms that we've already looked in. Purely because after seeing where the response was to is that back up to, yeah, that's, I'm fairly certain that's back up to Mortimer's office. Oh, what's this? Devil's Thorn, the one thing we don't need. Yeah, okay, let's... Can't go downstairs, no, okay. So the only place that we've not been... Okay, we can't go back into Jack's room, unfortunately. The only place we haven't been is Napoleon's room. But we can visit Emily again. Let's go and bother Napoleon and then continue to have a look around. Maybe we can find the information that we could have done with before. Nope, more Devil's Thorn. What's this?
The Prince by Machiavelli.
Oh.
Perfect read for anyone
Good
with a
book.
surfeit of ambition.
Prince by Machiavelli.
That might come in handy.
Anything up? No. What was that? Tell me something about Napoleon. He's immune to politics as well.
Okay.
So he's a tough nut to crack.
Yeah.
Oh, honey.
Honey. I couldn't have hoped for better.
All that did was gain you one.
Yeah.
Carmelite water. They say that if you drink
water,
this,
though.
it gives you a real boost.
That's not bad. We'll take it. Let's see. We can't go out to the balcony, I don't think. No. Alright. What do we got?
It's a beautiful weapon.
Got a
Levidamus
sword,
blade.
'cause of course we do.
It's marked with the initials of the manufacturer in Versailles.
Okay, so now we've found out we've just
My dearest son,
reaffirmed his
I'm writing
immunity
implore you
to
act
conviction.
The situation is rapidly worsening here. Paoli continues to steer our motherland, Corsica, toward open warfare between France and England. His men are everywhere. We are obliged to go into hiding and are unable to remain in the same place for more than 2 days. I wouldn't be surprised if they target.
Okay. What else we got?
That was a wall.
Coin.
There's a chaise lounge.
Well observed.
Thank you.
Really? He's got nothing else? I mean, we've got some more Devil's Thorn, which, you know... Oh no, that was Golden Elixir. Cool, we'll have the Golden Elixir. What else we got?
There's just one holster in Bonaparte's gear, and the pistol is missing. On the other hand, his cleaning equipment is in mint condition. That's typical of the soldier in him.
Make everyone else clean it for him.
Well, no, but his pistol's gone, so it looks
My
like
dear
our
Napoleon,
mother stole his
As
pistol,
previously agreed,
potentially.
I would like to ask you to join us in January.
Well, no, because we've
on
got...
my
There was that
island
missing
to
pistol from
participate
down
in
on the
the high
docks, so
society
we've got
meeting
another missing pistol.
organized for the occasion. We shall be able to continue
The
our
one, yeah, but the
discussion
pistol
about
that
our
was in
project
Elizabeth's
for a
room
new
said
order
for the
for
liberators of France
I have
on
a
it.
proposition to make to you.
Yeah, but our
concerning
mother
your
might
wish to
also...
put a strong
I mean,
leader
they're all
at the
French.
head of France.
True.
So it's...
I trust you to be...
It's making us think it was Napoleon now.
I mean...
But we are one step ahead of the game.
Oh, his stupid hat.
Bicorn decorated with a cockade. It must
Tell me
belong
what
to
his
a
weaknesses
French
are,
soldier.
hat.
Hair gel.
think you're
male pattern baldness.
I think you're thinking too contemporary. Alright, let's have a chat with this
Monsieur
arsehole.
de Richet, please be quick. We are both very busy.
You're not very busy, you're sat around doing nothing.
As any good soldier would, I imagine you own a firearm. May I see it?
Oh, well, if you really want to, here is my pistol. Don't worry, it is not loaded.
Okay, so you had a pistol on him and that's why it wasn't...
In Corsica, oui, but not on me when I am traveling. Only a bandit would carry such an arsenal.
Thank you.
Okay, so he's got his pistol on him, which means that the other pistol in the room is the one from the docks. Bless you.
Ow.
Did you hear about young Elizabeth?
Indeed, it is deeply regrettable.
Lord Mortimer asked me
I know. You no doubt want to know my alibi. I spent the night downstairs playing cards.
With who?
Can you tell me who was present at the game, please?
Well, there were Lord Mortimer, President Washington, and Sir Gregory.
Thank you.
Ah, and His Eminence Piaget as well. Excuse me, I nearly forgot him. Poor soul.
Interesting that no one else has mentioned this card game.
Did any of you leave during the game?
Not that I know of, monsieur. I didn't exactly spend my time noting the other guests' comings and goings, but I don't think so.
Thank you. Did you notice anything unusual during the evening?
Nothing at all, except the luck of the devil of Lord Mortimer and Sir Gregory at cards.
Did they win much?
Oh la la, monsieur, they cleaned us out more like. But I plan on getting it all back before we leave.
What time did the game end?
I can't say exactly. As for me, I must have stayed until midnight. I was exhausted, couldn't think straight. So I preferred to go up to bed.
On your way up to bed, did you notice anything out of the ordinary?
No, not in the least. The whole manor was sound asleep.
Not really. No.
Okay.
Someone saw you not far from the victim's room. Can you tell me what you were doing exactly, please?
I can tell you that someone is an idiot. I wanted to warn her to be careful. You see, on the night of my arrival, I saw someone leaving her room in haste, and I wanted to speak to her, to warn her. Unfortunately, the young lady slipped through my fingers each time. Now I know why. She had every reason to be worried. What an idiot I was not to insist. I could have helped her.
Were
Let's
you
do this one first
able to
and then
recognize the prowler?
See if he's sincere.
Unfortunately not, no. It was dark, and Lord Mortimer was waiting for me. I was not really paying attention anyway.
Oh, okay.
Excuse me for insisting, but if you saw him or her, I'm sure you would have more information than that. It's just that you don't think it can be of help to me.
What do you mean?
I don't know. Was it a woman, for instance? Bearing in mind that all the women here wear whalebone dresses, which is rather noticeable.
A man, I should say. I don't recall seeing the silhouette of the dress.
You see, you saw many things, in fact.
Hang on. Laissez-moi réfléchir. Let me think a minute.
A wig? His height? The sound of his footsteps, maybe.
Ah, his height. Oui, somewhat imposing. A tall man, and straight. As for the rest, I don't know, Monsieur de Richet.
Not to worry. That's already quite a lot. Thank you for everything.
Okay. Well, let's see
I've been
if
studying
he's...
him for a while now, and I don't think he was lying. Yet, I'm surprised how easy it was for me to read him. It must surely be his military side. I wish they all could be like that. My investigation would be finished already.
Do you think he's lying?
I think he is, but he seems very straightforward, which seems to sway
But he's not lying.
Louis, though.
Well, have we finished, monsieur?
Exactly. Thanks again for all your answers. Good day.
Alright, well, we're done with him for the time being. You know what? That probably would have been a prime time to use Devil's Thorn, actually, to see his weaknesses. But he didn't seem to have any weaknesses to the stuff that we were applying to him. So... Was it Emily's room that had the combination lock chest in it still?
Yes.
Let's go and see if we can spot anything to... It's another 4-letter word, wasn't it? Oh, her sister's name. Emma. Where was it? That's the one with the yeah. Okay, so that's the one with the coiled lock. We don't have a key for. Where's the other one?
Is it in the other room?
I can't remember if it was hers or if it was Washington's. I mean, it might have been Cahoe's. But yeah, it's not seemingly in here. Okay. Okay, Godoy is still not here.
Can we not go in his room?
No, I checked a moment ago. Look.
Oh, okay.
That's our room, which we also can't go into at the moment. Oh, can we? Oh, that's Piaggi's, sorry. For some reason I always think that Washington is in like the next room over from us for some reason. Okay. Was it in here somewhere? I mean, we've got some other stuff to ask George.
About the card game?
Yeah. We'll ask him in just a moment. We can't go back and ask Peru, though, which is one of the things that bothers me.
Kicked us out.
Yeah. I'm starting to think that that other box was in Peru's room as well. Yeah, we can't just unlock that. Yeah, either way, okay, let's go talk to George about the card game.
Greetings, Louis.
Ask him about the laudanum?
Were you aware that Elizabeth took laudanum?
The laudanum
yes,
come from
she came to ask
the
me
United
for some.
States.
She had finished her reserve, I believe.
Did she tell you why she was so desperate to get some, Mr. President?
She said she had terrible migraines that wouldn't go away.
More likely for the voices she heard, not the migraines.
Oh, the subtitles disappeared.
Anything else? Question mark. Ask him about the footprint.
Mr. President, we found a footprint at the scene of the crime.
Not a dress shoe, I hope. That's all I wear.
No, rest assured. It looks like the print of a big ankle boot. A large size, I'd say.
Perfect. That should help you, Louis. It's a clue.
You don't fucking say, George. Cheers for that. You're
We're
truly...
We're playing Blue's Clues now.
Truly a man of incredible insight. And, yeah, a value to me and everybody else.
Devil's Thorn.
Okay,
I'll keep it.
Need it. Where else? I mean, I suppose we can go and take a look in...
Can we not get back in Pro's room at all?
No, the door was locked. Or we were locked out. We can go back into Elizabeth's room, though.
Can we talk to her?
What's up?
Oh no, sorry, I thought you meant Emily. I did the same thing you did.
Elizabeth, who killed you?
Sorry.
I don't think she's up for it.
No, I didn't mean to say that.
Can we? Did we have any caramelite water? We did.
Pentagram. What the hell's been going on here?
Because now we can
I wonder if
find the
Elizabeth's death
connection.
has anything at all to do with this pentagram. If a ritual went wrong and degenerated, Elizabeth would probably have been killed in the center of the pentagram, not 3 meters from here. That's strange.
Okay, well that was helpful and useful.
What's the thing you've got on you?
What thing? The thing I just got rid of?
Yeah.
It was intoxication. Is there anything else that we can tell about the pistol? Now that we've got a couple of points to use.
Fairly new, I'd say. And judging by the weight of it, fairly light.
Because again, the fact that he notes that it's fairly light would suggest that it would be more of a weapon that his elderly mother would be capable of wielding, as opposed to
I shall have to find its owner.
The hand cannon that Napoleon had. Anything else? Oh yeah, the dress.
Piece of fabric. High quality at that. I'd say it's silk.
Which I'm guessing, because his mother wears a grey dress.
Must come from a dress, that kind that women of quality wear.
So I'd imagine...
Color doesn't correspond to Emily's black outfits, and Elizabeth doesn't have anything quite like this in her wardrobe. Let's take a closer look. It's a little dirty. It must come from the bottom of the dress where it touches the ground. I recognize that moire pattern. It's the same as the travel dress my mother was wearing when she left. But why the hell did she come into this room?
I mean, seemingly to...
Kill Elizabeth.
Yeah, but I would imagine that maybe she already found her dead. Considering the state of the place. That's the laudanum.
Oh, okay. You just walked over her head.
Mm-hmm. You mean step delicately around
into
her
the
head.
blood.
Ooh.
All right. I've retrieved everything.
Oh, golden elixir. That's nice. I don't think there was anything else on her body for us to look at, was there? I wish I could skip this bit where it just surveys her corpse. And my ankles.
They're very good ankles.
I'm sure Louis appreciates you saying so.
There's the thinnest part of his face.
Oh, the legs.
Blood.
We want to look at the legs.
A trace of blows on the
so
legs.
that we can analyze the trickle pattern. Oh, god damn it. We don't have enough science to determine if it was sexual assault, and we don't have enough effort to logically analyze the blood streaks.
Look at the tattoos then.
I mean, we've already looked at the tattoos.
Has Sir finished?
I know enough now. Thank you.
Very well, sir. Sir may return whenever need be. I shall guard the door.
I mean, we can go and talk to Lord Mortimer. I don't know where Sir Holm has gotten to, though. Because we need to, like, finding Sir Holm would be ideal, because he was supposed to also be at the card game. But we've not come across him yet. He doesn't have one with us because he's like Mortimer's right hand, so he doesn't seem to have. Although we can go and ask Piaggi because he said that Piaggi was at the card game.
Piaggi's room is locked.
No, but he's upstairs with Mortimer. Remember? So we should be able to walk up and go, "Were you playing cards?" And he's been pretty on the level with us so far, and he knows that he can trust us. So we can only hope that he does us the same favour, as it were. So we'll have a chat with Piaggi, and then we'll have another chat with Mortimer, and we'll see what happens. Right, there he is.
What a tragedy, my son. How could such a thing have happened?
That's exactly what I'm trying to find out. Did you notice anything out of the ordinary last night?
I saw the young French soldier, Bonaparte, I believe, hanging around near Miss Adams' room.
He was the one that pointed
But I would not want to
anyway.
get an innocent man into trouble. He's probably nothing.
That's fine.
Not to worry, Your Eminence. If he is innocent, then he has
I
nothing
think
to fear.
we've been through.
Do you know why
this
Monsieur Bonaparte was
already,
hanging around her room like that?
Well, I wouldn't be surprised to learn that the dashing young soldier
I
had
don't think
become
he's got anything
infatuated with a fragile young woman.
Also, I can't just leave him alone.
Lost. But I don't think he got a very warm welcome.
Bonaparte and Adams? But they didn't even know each other, did they?
I couldn't say, Louis. But if I were you, my son, I would talk to Monsieur.
I mean, I've already talked to Prue.
You remember
and he already thinks
how
that
violently
he's
he set upon Miss Adams.
basically.
Oh, don't worry. He's on the list of suspects.
Condemned, whether he did it or not. So, right, let's talk to Mortimer, see if he's got anything to say about a potential card game. Oh, it's bugging me a little bit that I can't just come out and ask about the card game.
I've come to speak about the findings of the investigation, my lord.
I'm listening, Louis.
I'm sorry, my lord, but I don't have any evidence conclusive enough to allow me to name the culprit with certitude.
Really? I see. Well, that's your decision, Louis, and I accept it. Given the distinguished guests and the sensitive political issues involved at the conference, I trust you'll leave me to conclude the case in my own way. Right. It's time we spoke about your mother, Louis.
She seems to be making every effort to steer clear of your guests.
What do you mean?
For the past few weeks, my mother's been playing cat and mouse, if you will. I don't know why, but it wouldn't surprise me to learn that she's trying to avoid someone. The question is, who?
And in your opinion, would she be the cat or the mouse?
The cat.
Knowing my mother,
She's got a
she
pistol.
would be the cat.
That
Or
doesn't
had
make me
a
feel any
pistol.
better, Louis.
What was the official reason why my mother came to your island?
I knew about your mother's activities, and yours, in the Golden Order. I thought we had everything to gain by working together.
You mean the cannon deal with Monsieur Bonaparte?
Among others, yes. How did you hear about that?
Monsieur Bonaparte came to speak to me about it yesterday, during lunch.
I see. So impetuous. He was supposed to let me speak to you about it first. Our friend Napoleon desperately needed financial backing to properly equip his army. I took it upon myself to back him because I have a firm conviction that he can go far. Yet he told me that you had spoken and that you hadn't been able to reach an understanding.
That's putting it mildly. Monsieur Bonaparte is one of those guys who only understands people who think like he does.
Ah, I see what you mean. He is indeed rather inflexible when it
comes to certain subjects. But I am still of the opinion that you can manage to get along.
We shall see. However, there's one thing that surprises me. Did my mother intend to finance a war? I'm not sure that I follow.
No, your mother's aim was not so much to partake in a war, but rather to make Monsieur Bonaparte accountable. France is in turmoil, and having support of a military man can often come in handy, Louis. You'll see. Once this deal was closed, I had big plans for Sarah.
Such as what?
You see, I've invited several influential figures on my island to present them with a project at the conference. It will be presented later today. I thought that the Golden Order had a role to play, and I still think so. I was hoping Sarah would be able to join us.
I see.
Indeed, if by chance your mother decided not to return to us before the conference, would you do me the great honor of attending? If only to follow the deliberations while waiting for her to duly take her seat.
Why not? We shall see.
Ah, thank you so much. In this way, you'll be able to keep your mother informed of what is said. There's something else I'd like to briefly go over. Earlier, you asked me the official reason for your mother's presence here.
I'm
is
your
there
father.
An off-the-record reason why your mother came here?
If only my mother had trusted me, but she remained very mysterious. I'd have been delighted to answer your question.
Is this usual for her?
As head of the Order, secrets are her bread and butter, as you can imagine. That said, it's the first time she hasn't let me in on the reason for her trip. And it intrigues me, to tell you the truth.
Well, I am sure that Sarah will explain everything once she reappears. There's something I still don't get. In your opinion, why would your mother remain in hiding over several weeks?
Maybe she found something out.
What do you mean?
My mother has a gift for investigating. If she had picked up a lead, nothing would have stopped her.
The only thing I can tell you is that Sarah had indeed changed. At the beginning of her stay here, we enjoyed spending time together,
changes were
solving
quite
the world's
significant,
problems.
mostly in the removal of her left hand.
Tell me about her disappearance.
Since she disappeared, your mother has been seen once. Her behavior on the evening of your arrival greatly surprised Gregory and myself. She resurfaced to attack Emma, Emily Hillsborough's twin sister. And she shot her with a pistol. Then, before Gregory could intervene, she ran off and disappeared again.
I beg your pardon? Hang on.
That means my vision on the wharf, it was actually happening inside the manor. Mother shot Emily's sister? The very person she came looking for? Why would she do that?
Excuse me, but between that and the childhood of Lady Adams, it's all a bit much for me to cope with. I need to piece it all together again to see things more clearly. You said that you spent a lot of time talking together at the beginning. What happened for that to change?
I'm afraid I haven't much to tell you. The more the days went by, the more she withdrew into herself. She never gave me an explanation, until the day came when she purely and simply disappeared.
Where did she go when she wanted to be alone?
She would shut herself away in a room we use as a box room upstairs.
Would you allow me to go there?
Naturally, Louis, of course. I'll send you a servant to open it.
Thank you.
One last thing, although I don't know if there is a connection.
I'm listening.
A gate was forced the other night near the wharf. Nothing serious, just a few small things damaged.
Sorry, my lord, but I was searching for leads to my mother. I thought I was hot on her trail and didn't take any precautions.
Well, you could have reported it to a servant. But never mind.
I shall put it down to your ardor and anxiety. However, please try to respect my state of future.
I certainly
Please
will.
try not to break
accept my
anything
sincerest
else.
apologies.
But...
That's all I can tell you about the disappearance of your mother, Louis. I would like to have been more helpful.
I shall stay on her trail and follow up any leads.
Thank you. We will meet later on to welcome our last guest. In the meantime, I shall get someone to open the box room upstairs for you.
Thank you.
Cool.
The room is just opposite Mortimer's study.
Just opposite. Turn around. Take that room.
Oh, could be. Yeah. Very fancy door for a so-called box room. Yeah, this is quite possibly where. I mean, how many fucking urns and candlesticks does a person need?
There are burnt papers in the chimney.
There's a legible fragment left. Hey, I recognize my mother's handwriting. She says, we must find a safer way to communicate. Someone is onto us. Trust in my faith in the man with the sword. So Mother had an accomplice here. Who could it be?
Man with a sword. I mean,
who could she
only
be suspicious of? I must
only
find
Napoleon.
The next part. Faith, sword. I recognize her love of riddles there.
Oh, look, honey.
Only Napoleon overtly had a
Dante's
sword.
Paradise. Raise your head and be reassured.
Paradise.
For what
The
comes
nice
up here
one.
from the mortal world must ripen in our rays.
Yeah, the less interesting one.
Look
in
for
my
clues.
opinion.
Press thing to consult your notes.
Must find a safer way to communicate. Someone is onto us. Trust in my faith in the man with the sword. So our mother trusts Napoleon, seemingly, possibly. Ooh, what's this?
What is this disc?
It is a CD-ROM from the future.
No, I think I have an idea of what that might be.
The lodestone.
Well, yeah, but I seem to remember seeing something that had
Carmelite water.
missing
They
pieces.
say that if you drink this, it gives you a
Earlier,
little
I can't
boost.
remember. I think it was in the swanky gallery.
The
with
other night, something on table.
Was that? Oh yeah, coin.
A cache.
This is where we find.
The door appears to be locked on the other side. I think I heard something fall to the ground. A metallic sound, like a key falling to the floor.
Use the disc.
How does that
See
help?
if it works.
Oh.
It's a magnetic lodestone. Cool.
That was kind of cool.
That was useful. That was
Yeah.
effective.
It's open.
You don't say. Truly a master detective.
Do say some random stuff.
Yeah. I mean, it's the adventure game thing, isn't it? Have to spell it out for the sake of
Look,
spelling it
Jenny.
out.
Great.
Oh, finally, we get to replenish some of our supply that mysteriously disappeared.
When we were stealing stuff.
A chest with the occult symbol
We've only
representing
got
air.
earth and water.
Yeah.
Use the left key, use the right key.
Gently smash the lid open.
The
Something
New
on the floor
Testament.
behind the curtain.
The New Testament. Do we really want to
Do we want to read the whole of it?
analyze the book? Oh, it's a Gutenberg Bible.
This book is incredibly precious. I believe this is the book my mother referred to when calling upon the Lord.
Let's read it. What is it? What is the Bible?
A volume of the Gutenberg Bible.
That thing of the Bible is
this
famous.
Bible is famous. You don't say.
What is it? She might be really into something.
Hold on.
Saying with a loud voice, "Worthy is the Lamb
Trust in my
that
faith
was
in
slain
the
to
man
receive
with the
power
sword."
and
Could be
riches
very literal,
and
or it
wisdom
could be
and strength and
something.
honor and glory
Flaming sword of
and blessing.
Michael, or I don't know. Where was it? Where was this other thing?
A Greek drachma. One of the rare ancient coins to be mentioned, both in the Bible and in the
Let's
Quran.
have a bit more of a wander around first, shall we?
It's St. John.
Observe
painted
the
by
painting.
Guido Rini.
Just sit here and watch it for the next 2 hours. Painting observed.
Several portraits of apostles, all signed by Guido Rini. It looks like someone touched this commode recently. There are fingerprints on the sheets and in the dust.
Okay. So someone's been here recently.
You put their grubby mitts all over it.
Yeah. Be useful over. Oh, what was that? Come back.
A fragment of amber.
Oh, amber. Nice.
It's got to be something with that Bible.
Yeah. What? Hold on. Let's What were the other notes and things? She had written. She had written something in the book. Something on it, but the other half wasn't legible. That was our invitation. Handkerchiefs. Letter from my mother. Okay, so that's to Manuel Godoy. That's to our mother from Piaggi. That's the other thing. Journal. Doesn't tell us anywhere where we can. Like, she said a thing, sure, but then where do we then find that information? Because the only notes we have are the ones that we've found immediately.
And it came to pass in those days that Jesus came
I'm
from
not
Nazareth
entirely
of
sure I
Galilee
want to go through
and was
every single
baptized by John in Jordan.
biblical thing in there. Especially if it turns out to be fruitless. It just seems like a waste of time. Man with the sword. Again, the only person I can think of that... Oh, alright then. That door's locked. So...
Several portraits of apostles,
we got?
all signed by Guido Rini. It looks like someone touched this
Oh,
commode
wait,
recently.
the painting.
There are fingerprints on the
The
sheets
mother
and
has...
in the dust.
Mumsy has gone and pulled the painting out of here for the apostle that we need to look for, which was who?
It's St. John.
St. John.
Painted by
So we need
Guido
to look
Rini.
for things referencing St. John in the Gutenberg Bible, which has been laid out over here so conveniently for us. St.
Something from Paul.
John.
Or in the Gospels, according to St. John. There's only 3 and 4 of them. Just click through all of them.
He that believeth on him is not condemned, but he that believeth not is condemned already, because he hath not believed in the name of the only begotten Son of God. I and my Father are one.
That was short.
And he, bearing his cross, went forth into a place called the place of a skull, which is called in Hebrew Golgotha. Now there is at Jerusalem by the sheep market a pool, which is called in the Hebrew tongue Bethesda, having 5 porches.
Okay. Thing is, then we've also got... Okay, well, hold on, John.
And ye know that he was manifested
We've
to
got
take
several
away
things from
our
John,
sins,
including
and
stuff about
in
Revelation
him is
written.
no sin. But he that hateth his brother is in darkness, and walketh in darkness, and knoweth not whither he goeth, because that darkness hath blinded his eyes.
Okay. Hopefully it will tell us when we actually...
Find a clue?
Yeah.
If we say that we have no sin, we deceive ourselves, and the truth is not in us.
I mean, it seems to be saving
Hereby
pretty
know
much after we've
that
read
we
each
dwell
thing,
in him,
which
and he
doesn't,
I don't know why.
doesn't fill me with a lot of
hath given
confidence.
us of his spirit.
But we've got Revelation
saying with a loud voice, worthy is the Lamb that was slain to receive power and riches and wisdom and strength and honor and glory and blessing.
No.
And I heard a voice in the midst of the four beasts say, a measure of wheat for a penny, and 3 measures of barley for a penny. And see thou hurt not the oil and the wine.
I mean, these are all very profound, but none of them are helpful.
And the woman was given 2 wings of a great eagle, that she might fly into the wilderness, into her place, where she is nourished for a time, and times, and a half a time, from the face of the serpent. Hey, a new note.
Oh.
It's been folded carefully in the corner of this page. The writing, it's not
Found
my
a book
mother's.
in your effects. I concealed it
I
where
found
no
the
one
book
can
in your
find,
effects.
can get
I
their
concealed
hands
it
on it.
where no one can get their
Assure
hands
you,
on
awaiting
it.
your instructions.
I can assure
I will
you,
hear your
awaiting your
reply.
instructions,
Like
I will
he
hear
who
your
hears the
reply,
angel.
like he who hears the angel. Hears the angel? What does that
Follow
mean?
the clues left by your mother in the Bible.
Oh, it's probably the place where she was expecting to get the location of the next note.
So now we need to go through the Bible.
He who hears the angel.
Something about... Where's all this...
Hold on. Because we have other paintings as well. This guy looks like he's hearing something. What are you hearing?
St. Paul painted by Guido Reni. St. Paul is shown holding a sword.
Oh.
Strange. There's hardly any dust, as if the painting's been cleaned recently. There's a small inscription engraved on the frame. Let's take a closer look. This is how Paul spoke to his pilgrims from Rome. Just above that, someone's written down the figure 11 on the painting and underlined it twice. No, what does that mean?
Well, hold on. So that was...
Figure 11 in St. Paul.
Yeah, so let's go...
Maybe there's chapter 11?
Well, yeah.
Oh no. It would be Paul's...
Hold on, I'm just double checking where the Pauls are.
Paul to the Corinthians is the most known one.
Yeah, but he... Didn't he just...
I guess I'll just come back later.
Shut
Who
up.
was he talking to in that?
Oh, god damn it. No.
What are you doing?
I guess I'll just come back later.
I turned round, but the thing clicked. Like it didn't knock off the Bible.
St. Paul painted by Guido Reni.
Inspect.
St. Paul is shown holding a sword.
He's holding a sword.
Strange.
Who is he
There's hardly any
talking to?
dust.
In the inscription.
It's been cleaned recently. There's a small inscription engraved on the frame. Let's take a closer look. This is how
Pilgrims
Paul
from Rome,
spoke
yeah,
to his
so-
pilgrims from Rome. Just above that, someone's written down the figure 11 on the painting
They say Rome
and
on it.
underlined it twice.
It
Not
just...
What does that mean?
Corinthians and Theologians.
Well, no, hold on. We'll...
Romans.
There we go.
11.
11.
I say then,
There was
have
a
they
3:11.
stumbled that they should fall? God forbid.
No, but if it's underlined
but rather
twice.
through their fall,
11,
salvation is come unto the Gentiles, for to provoke them to jealousy. Oh, wait, a note from Mother is carefully folded between the pages here. What does it say? Dear E, I'm glad you found this note. I was afraid the code of the two groups of pilgrims would mislead you. Pick up the package. You know where, and hide it where no one will find it. It's imperative. Awaiting your reply. Hidden behind the youngest apostle. What? The youngest apostle? What does Mother mean by that?
So Judah. Oh, he was.
So we need to work out who
Does he count as an apostle anymore?
I don't know. He who hears the angels. I mean, it seems to be that Mother has gone round and
writing something on everyone.
A drawing of the Apostle Matthew, painted by Guido Reni. He's represented as writing the word of the Lord, transmitted by the Holy Spirit, who appears here in the guise of an angel.
Okay, so
he
hears the angels. Look at the frame.
There's something else behind this painting. It says, half of each group will join the first city of Corinth. What the hell does that mean?
Something about the Corinthians.
Yes. Let's have a look then.
For you are bought with a price.
Force it.
Yeah,
Therefore,
just
read
click,
all
click,
of
click,
all
click,
of the
and
two books of Corinthians,
which are God's.
Well, he said the first half, right?
Well, yeah, but we'll just go through them all
If
until
we have
find
hope in
until
Christ in this
tells
life
us.
only, we are, of all men, most miserable.
You know, I feel like we're learning stuff about the Bible here.
I don't.
For the Jews require a sign, and the Greeks seek after wisdom.
Because it's been taken out of context and turned into a code for a video game.
Now, therefore, there is utterly a fault among you, because ye go to law with one another. Why do ye not rather suffer injustice? Why do ye not rather suffer yourselves to be defrauded? Ah, look. Here's a message. It is of paramount importance that no one finds it. Watch out for the Prussian. He's on the trail. Let's meet up. I'll leave it to you to organize the rendezvous. Not today. I'm unable to do it. In the meantime, I'll follow the first group to Mark, who will reveal the answer to them. And that first group of pilgrims, how many are there now? If I refer to the chapter I'm reading at the moment, 6.
Mark 6. Do we have? Yep, Mark. No 6. Is there more Mark? Only one Mark.
And behold, there cometh one of the rulers of the synagogue, Jairus by name. And when he saw him, he fell at his feet.
Okay, well, on that one. Nope, not that one either. One. Mark.
And as they did eat, Jesus took bread, and blessed it, and broke it, and gave it to them, and said, Take, eat. This is my body.
Do this in remembrance of me.
Alternatively, no.
Hey, free bread.
And behold,
You've already done that
there cometh one of the rulers of the synagogue,
Possibly?
Jairus by
Yeah, I
name.
did.
And when he saw him, he fell at his feet. Then came together unto him the
This is the top
Pharisees,
one you haven't done.
and certain of the scribes, which came from Jerusalem. And it came to pass in those days that Jesus came from Nazareth of Galilee, and was baptized by John in Jordan.
It wasn't anyone.
Okay, well, hold on then. Follow the first group to Mark, who will reveal the answer.
Is there Mark on the wall?
Yeah, probably.
Is that Mark?
Are you Mark?
Are you Marky Mark?
Painting of Saint Mark
Yeah.
from
Yeah,
the collection of
alright
the
then.
Apostles by Guido Reni. There's nothing worth noticing here.
Okay. Inspect the surroundings.
Scrutinize the
Little
chest of
characters are
drawers.
engraved on the chest of drawers under the urn. It's a sentence in Hebrew. Choosing the Hebrew alphabet is no coincidence. It's got to be a reference to the Bible. too cumbersome for me to unhook here, but judging by the dust, it hasn't been moved for months.
I know we've probably just
years.
been told where to look, but I want to look around us a bit more anyway.
No, nothing of value here.
It's a candlestick.
There are finger marks, deliberately drawn in the dust.
Hebrews 8?
8 in all.
Of one description or another?
Paul to the Hebrews. 6:8 or 2:8?
Thou hast
why
put
not
all
both?
things under his feet, for in that he put all in subjection under him. He left nothing that is not put under him.
Okay, so not that one.
But that which beareth thorns and briars is rejected, and is nigh unto cursing, whose end is to be burned. Here's a message. There are some complications. Indeed, the Prussian is insistent. What's happening at your end? Do you need help? If tonight is not possible, let's see tomorrow evening, in the South Room, where we reviewed the situation. When Paul understood that only the axe counted, he went back on his tracks. I await your confirmation to his left, in the company of the pilgrims that have joined him. Yeah, this last comment is about their code. I should find new pilgrims near Paul.
Are they under that sheet?
Mm-hmm.
Several portraits of apostles, all signed by Guido Reni. It looks like someone touched this commode recently. There are fingerprints on the sheets and in the dust.
Oh.
Okay, that was
wrong.
At the very least unhelpful. Can we go out here? Nope, that's just a long drop.
Who haven't we looked at? We've looked at John. That's Mark. Who's that again?
The one that hears angels.
Paul. No, Paul's at the back.
Paul's over there. What was the last note? Paul understood that only acts count. He went back on his tracks. I await your confirmation.
In the company of pilgrims that have joined him.
So, Paul.
Now we've been through Corinthians.
Yeah.
Number 2. This is number 1.
Yeah, but we've not looked at.
Okay.
But though we,
so we may as well
or an
just
angel from
dig
heaven,
into all of
preach
them just
any
to
other
see if it's an
gospel
easy,
unto you,
easy
that
find.
which we have preached unto you, let him be accursed. But when it pleased God, who separated me from my mother's
good dose of Bible
verse, called me
verse
by his grace.
For the Sunday school study.
This only would I learn of you. Receive ye the Spirit by the works of the law, or by the hearing of faith? For I through the law am dead to the law, that I might live unto God. This I say therefore, and
I feel
testify
like this,
in the Lord, that
would have been
ye
a kind
henceforth
of. I mean,
walk
yeah,
not
the place
as
is a
other Gentiles
huge
walk,
building.
in the vanity of their mind.
But if you've got 2 women when there are barely any women here, going back and forth to one room alternatively,
Stand
there are a fair amount
having
of
your
servants and
loins
people
girt
around,
about
even if
with
the
truth,
guests and
having
so
on the
are.
breastplate
You would
of
have thought
righteousness.
someone would have noticed.
Yeah.
No.
Their excuse was we're women.
We do weird stuff.
Not in the lustful desire, even as the Gentiles who knew not God.
In fact, was there anything else that was Paul focused? No.
Now we exhort you, brethren, warn them that are unruly, comfort
Unless,
the
hold on, there
feeble-minded,
might be another painting.
support
in
the weak, be
the
patient
other paintings
toward
in
all
the other
men.
room might have clues, maybe. But to the left of Paul. Company of pilgrims that have joined him. Await your confirmation to his left.
Is Paul in the other room?
There might be another Paul in the other room.
St. Paul on the road to Damascus.
Yeah, here you go.
Caravaggio.
Yay! It helps. I thought we could do anything with it then.
Caravaggio, a magnificent command of black and the play of colors too. Paul facing an ordeal, the curtains of his illusions being raised, and receives the light from his Savior.
Two representations of the same
Saint Paul is the only saint to be presented twice in these paintings, contrary to the other apostles. How come?
Because your mother was a fan.
This painting has been hanging here for a long time.
She was a
lot of dust is built up on it. Well,
yeah, I don't think that's what they're
drawn
called.
a number
Oddly.
in a thin layer of dust.
Christian?
I can read the number 4.
Okay.
You got jelly. And
Do.
you have a Carmelite water.
A fierce opponent of the first Christians, St. Paul is suddenly struck by the call of Jesus Christ and converts. It's the best known conversion in Christian history, which teaches us that even enemies of Christ can be saved, and even become his greatest apostles after finding faith. From what I can recall, the account of his conversion can be found in the epistles to the Galatians, the Philippians, the Corinthians, and the Acts of the Apostles.
Okay, so there. We've got the number 4, and we've got Galatians, Philippians, Corinthians, and Acts of the Apostles. So we need to look for 4, the number 4 among those things, I guess.
You're in the wrong thing, aren't we looking for Paul?
Well, no, Acts of the Apostles was one of the things, but there isn't a 4 here, so. No 4 here.
Corinthians.
No 4 there. 4
because
here.
we look not at the things that are seen, but at the things which are not seen. For the things which are seen are temporal,
I'm
but
pretty sure we
the
read
things
this one
which
already.
are not seen are
So if he
eternal.
finds a note now, no, okay.
Philippians, yeah.
Finally,
I don't
brethren,
remember all the
whatsoever
names.
things are true, whatsoever things are honest, whatsoever things are just, whatsoever things are pure, whatsoever things are lovely, whatsoever things are of good report, if there be any virtue, and if there be any praise, think on these things.
Okay, so not that one, seemingly. What was the last one? Philippians, Corinthians,
You've been in
Galatians.
both Corinthians.
I mean, there's not a 4 in that one. There was a 4 in this one, but it didn't do anything. There isn't a 4 here. And then in here, there's a 4 and it didn't do anything either. So, and then there's no 4 in the Acts, but there are
And
there are
suddenly
2
there came a
2s.
sound from heaven like a rushing mighty wind, and it filled all the house where they were sitting.
But it did nothing. Let's have another quick poke around here,
St. Paul
shall
on
we?
the road to Damascus by Caravaggio.
Okay, so examine the
This
frame.
painting has been hanging here for a long time. A lot of dust is built up on it. Well, a finger has drawn a number in the thin layer of dust. I can read the number 4.
Okay, so we can read the number 4, written in the dust on the frame.
St. Paul is the only saint to be presented twice in these paintings, contrary to the other apostles. How come? Caravaggio attained a magnificent command of black and the play of colors, too. Paul facing an ordeal, the curtains of his illusions being raised, and receives the light from his savior.
Okay. Okay, let's see then, shall we? We've got...
Take all of the Act ones. We haven't picked any of them.
And suddenly there came a sound from heaven like a rushing mighty wind, and it filled all the house where they were sitting. And he became very hungry, and would have eaten, but while they were made ready, he fell into a trance. Hey,
trait unlocked theologian. Oh, here we go. I don't know. I don't think that had any relation to. Urgently,
but first, I absolutely must go beyond the nightmare. Watch out for Volner.
Watch out for Volner.
Allay suspicion. See you tomorrow evening. Stand ready. For now,
cease all communication until we meet. Take care of yourself.
Take care of yourself. I suppose this must be the last message. What happened afterward? If it's what I suspect, I fear the worst.
No, and then they meet and they go.
I absolutely must go beyond the nightmare.
I
must go beyond the nightmare. What does she mean by that?
It's probably literal. You have nightmares. You understand. Your nosebleeds.
Clearly,
sure.
Must be trying to do something useful.
Well,
hold on.
What? A nightmare? Does that remind me of anything? It probably has to do with an object or something. Granting that this is the case, where might it be found?
Good luck.
Yeah, no, I can't. Not without much more. Or I probably should have kept the caramelite water for it.
But hindsight.
Yeah. First floor. Wait. There's the bookcase in my room that seems to be a hidden...
Yeah.
I thought it would have been over there, but something's telling me that it isn't. I better keep searching.
Okay.
Mortimer's getting his guests together. I ought to join them so I don't look suspicious.
All right, we'll have a think about that, I guess, then. I do not understand my mother's message. No, I don't.
No, I don't either.
But hey ho, that's fine. We got everything else. Because we discovered the message and the correspondence and all the rest of it. We didn't indicate a culprit because we had that one big piece of
Napoleon evidence, and then it's like, oh, it's not him.
I mean, he's not the biggest of men, but yeah, we had this one Napoleon-shaped piece that didn't fit in anywhere, and it threw everything else out. And Jacques Peroux seemed, whilst he was possibly the most,
right?
Yeah, he was one of the most likely suspects, but he seemed afraid of someone.
I was like, yeah, I stepped in the blood, but it wasn't me.
Yeah, so
I had some sort of panic attack about it.
But either way, let's...
Oh my god, we've done a whole level.
Yeah.
Yay.
Let's do our level up, shall we?
We've got 2 levels there.
What could we use more of?
Science.
I mean, yeah, we saw a lot of science.
We could put 2 points in that and level it up.
Yeah. Alright. Psychology's been doing fine. Vigilance has been doing okay for us.
Apart from that one time.
Logic, we came across another couple of things, so let's boost that. And then occultism has probably been our other...
Politics has been occasional.
Politics came up as a thing for Washington's letter. It's like, to work out what the fuck this means, but I'm not super fussed by that, honestly. It's like we need to look at what's, because we don't know how many points we're going to get.
Yeah.
So we need to look at what we've been coming across more regularly, and occult is
manipulation as well.
Well, manipulation is just leveled up by itself. So
probably from the books we've been reading.
Yeah, I'm inclined towards sticking another couple of points in there, and then. I mean, we could get level 1 in subterfuge, so we could start opening up those boxes so that we can actually
get stuff.
Yeah. Jack of all trades and tragic fate. Oh dear, what have we done?
3 books. We can read 3 books.
I
could read a politics book.
I think occultism is worth it.
Yeah.
What's this? Erudition. More erudition, questioning. We could read the politics book.
Why not?
And then one more. More psychology, more diversion. Questioning. Logic?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I think we're gonna leave it there for now. Because it's...
nearly 10 o'clock.
Yeah, it's pushing 10 and... like, Hannah's not been feeling well and I'm kind of knackered.
Got a cold.
Yeah. But we've got the rest of New Year's Eve and New Year's Day off, and tomorrow we're just going to be chilling out, and so we'll probably be back from and play this for a fair amount longer tomorrow, possibly all the way through towards midnight, so we can wish everybody a happy New Year, as it were. But we'll see how we go with that, because that'll be a long old stream.
It would be. We might have to pause halfway through.
Yeah, we might have to cut it into chunks throughout the day. But, yeah, we'll get on with that. Anyway, that was only the first part of episode 2.
Yeah, but this was the same as the last episode. The first part was really, really long.
Yeah.
And the next parts we got through in an evening.
Yeah. I'm just saying, the reason why that part was long was just because the puzzles took a while to click through. And because we can't just click through to skip dialogue.
No, that is one issue with this game. There's no escape to skip.
But either way, guys, thank you very much for watching. And we will catch you... tomorrow. Well, tomorrow, yeah. Take care.